Well, partnerships are the cornerstone of event success, bringing together expertise, resources, shared vision to create memorable and impactful experiences. Collaborating with valued partners amplifies the event's reach, enhances its quality, and ensures an absolutely seamless execution. Allow me to call upon our partner, ladies and gentlemen. Let's clap and welcome Mr. Suryanarayan Tripathi, Segment Head, Industry, Professional Lighting, Havells, for sharing their innovative offerings. Can we clap and welcome him, everyone?
Havells India presents Impressions, a range of superior glare-free architectural lighting solution that simulates a productive working environment and offers limitless design possibilities. From recessed to suspended, Havells' versatile Impressions range allows architects and designers to fully unleash their creativity and to perfectly illuminate every type of office layout, space optimization, and set a preferable ambient scene setting. With inbuilt occupancy and daylight sensor, the product has a self-learning feature of occupant light preference and maintains desired lux level. Havells Impressions range, the new paradigm of architectural lighting.
Hello. Hi. Good morning, everyone. I am Suryanarayan Tripathi. I am the segment lead for industry and professional lighting in Havells. Our objective today is to take you through efficient, smart, and durable, and how we can support you in your productivity and growth goals. So starting, Havells is one of the leading fast-moving electrical goods manufacturer, headquarters in Noida. If you see any of these brands, this all fall under the Havells group. For example, Havells, Lloyd, Standard, Crafty, Rio. Just a background on the Havells as an organization overall. We have about 19 product categories. We are 17,000 crores in turnover annually. We are $6 billion in market capitalization. We have more than 6,000 plus employees in India, 35 plus owned offices in India, 14 in-house manufacturing facilities across India, and more than 14,000 plus strong dealer network in India. Everywhere you want, every product that you see in an electrical good industry, Havells would be a manufacturer and we would have customers supplying to them. Just on the 19 product categories, just a glimpse of it, you name any product in the electrical field industry and Havells is a part of it, be it industrial lighting, be it consumer lighting, be it cables, be it wires, be it switches, motors, pumps, power solutions, everything, appliances, water heaters. Every product is being manufactured in-house by Havells and is being supplied in India and across globe also. What is the strength of Havells? The strength of Havells I have divided into fourfold. The first is the in-house manufacturing facilities. Everything that we sell in India, 90% of the products that we sell in India are manufactured in India for Indian power conditions. We have about 14 manufacturing facilities. No or very partial vendor-based manufacturing. We are an ISO 9001, 14001, 45001 certified organization. Coming to the CRI or the research and development, CRI stands for Center of Research and Innovation. We have two R&D centers, one in Noida and Bangalore. It is to our esteem requirement that everything from the concept to ultimately the product going out to the customer is being conceptualized, tested, validated for Indian power conditions and done at our R&D centers in Noida and Bangalore. Strong service, Havells being the brand that it is, we are available in more than 450 towns and districts. We have about 250 plus owned service technicians, more than 2,000 plus service technicians, franchise-based technicians, 568 franchises, 24/7 call center. So God forbid if any service related issue occurs, we have that capability to reach to you at the minimum possible time. In terms of supply and delivery, we have a fully automated system of ordering and delivery. We have about 35 owned regional warehouses and the 14,000 plus dealer network also adds to it. We are available at every nook and corner of India to supply to your requirements. Now coming to the topic of today, how does lighting and what are the trends in manufacturing that we see and how do we correlate with the lighting point of view? So if you look at the trend, so we can divide the trend in the pre-COVID and the post-COVID era. So what we have seen recently is that there is a lot of emphasis on localized production and sourcing. There is a lot of focus on make in India and make it for the world. There is a lot of focus on employee safety, especially after COVID-19 hit, increasing investment in Internet of Things, automated and connected assets and workforce, environmental regulation, green building certification has also come up very hugely in the industrial footprint, predictive maintenance, which every plant user looks out for, and ultimately the shortage of skilled labor. Blue collar is the new white collar. Everybody is thinking about skilling of their labor. So we can categorize all these points in three major buckets. First is the sustainability part, which Anil sir also spoke about, continuous improvement and safety and well-being. Now diving deep into these three major buckets, the sustainability part. Why sustainability? 41% of the energy consumption in India is attributed to industry. We are talking about, we have already seen green building certifications in office environment. We have also seen the trend that this certification are also becoming a part of the industrial footprint also. Why? Why do we go for LEED certification? The reason is a LEED certified industry consumes more 34% less carbon dioxide, 25% less energy, and 10 or 11% less water. So sustainability, which was an afterthought or which was a thing for the multinational companies, has now become more of an imperative and a mandatory requirement of each and every industry. The second part is continuous improvement. We all want to keep on improving on whatever technology that we have. Majority of the organizations are investing in smart factory, or at least are planning. We already saw sir saying that the investment is slow, but it is going to take place over the course of few years. Remote operations makes things more safer and more efficient, but still 70% of the industrial maintenance user lack the knowledge of the predictive maintenance of their assets or equipments. The final point is a safety and well-being bracket. It is a figure that may astonish you. As per Director General of Industries, there are about 3 industrial deaths every day in industry from the 2018 to the 2020 period, and more than 4,000 fatal accidents. Again, as per industrial experts, these are only figures on the lower side because these are only for the registered units. Now, fall and slips are the majority contributor to these accidents, in which lighting also plays a very important role. A well uniform lit shop floor will have fewer accidents and fewer errors going forward. And the last is majority of the industries are sponsoring some kind of another wellness initiative in their organization. Now, this is what an Indian user wants from its manufacturing facilities. I have divided this slide. If you see the vertical line going through the middle of the slide, on the left hand side is what you see is the current or the earlier industrial requirement that used to be. I need uniform lighting, I need good lighting, I need a reliable product, I need a relatable brand, I need warranties, and I need energy savings by installing lighting emitting diodes or LED light fittings. This was the requirement. But now this has shifted to the requirement on the side. People want unique solutions that are compatible with their existing setup. They just do not want sufficient light. They want equivalent light which has the right glare, which has the right color temperature, which is soothing to the eyes. They want savings beyond LED now. They want automations, they want control systems to become a part of their system. And again, all this because they want the well-being of their employees and increase the productivity. Now I have categorized the smart system into 4 major buckets. The first one is a standalone system, which is the simplest form of an on and off requirement. The efficiency, the energy saving is directly proportional to the efficiency of the fixtures. You come up with an industrial setup, you float a BOQ, we quote according to that BOQ, and you get savings. This fulfills your basic requirement. The first level of automation that is possible and is the simplest form is the sensor-based technology. You take the dumb luminaire and you install a sensor in the midst of the dumb luminaire. What you will get out of it? You will get dimming apart from on and off, and you will also have individual and group control. We will deep dive into these factors. The next one is wireless control. The same occupancy control, the advanced level, is the wireless control, wherein you can communicate with each of those fittings wirelessly and you can have data on your dashboard. And the final level of system is called as wired control, which is again wired based and is based on DALI technology. The possibility of having additional features increases from the wireless option because you can also integrate with your building management system. Now coming to the basic occupancy control part of it, but the first step is required to take, we have to take that first step. We are currently at the standalone version, the on and off version. I urge every one of you to take the first step and take the first leap of faith and go into the basic occupancy control and see the advantages that it has. Now a basic sensor system, there are two fundamental type of sensors. One is a microwave sensor and other is a PIR sensor, the passive infrared ray sensor. A PIR sensor detects body heat and thus is not adequate or workable enough in an industrial environment because any which ways the industrial environment is more than 37 degrees and it detects body heat. So it is good for the residential or office applications. What we generally use in our majority of the products is the microwave sensor. A microwave sensor detects movement. It is not affected by the ambient temperature and it has a 360-degree detection range. So in every product that we use in an industrial environment, we prefer to use a microwave sensor, and this is the communication I wanted to give to you, that we have to ask for fittings which are enabled with microwave sensor and not PIR sensor, specifically in an industrial environment. Now how does this sensor operates? The operation is simple. When you order a particular fitting, you can give us a preset standby mode that you want in your fittings. For example, if there is no movement below the fitting, it will always operate at 30% standby. Why 30%? Because the safety of the premise should be maintained. In an industrial environment, you cannot have an off situation. So 30% is the standby mode. You can also select 50%, 70% depending upon your requirement. Now next, a user comes below the fitting in the area in which the microwave sensor operates. The fitting will go down to full power. Now the user moves away from that environment. The fitting will not automatically go off or go back to the standby mode. It will wait for 5 minutes so that there is some additional movement, and if at all it detects no movement, it will go to the 30% standby mode which you have selected at the time of ordering. Now what is the advantage is that it helps achieve savings over LED. There is no installation which has to be done separately. There is no programming. There is no commissioning. There is no software which is involved. Sir already spoke that Godrej has about 6 lakh square feet of warehousing space. Just imagine the potential of this kind of a sensor-based technology in a warehousing space where you can give advantage or take advantage of savings beyond the LEDs also. So this microwave sensor is the simplest form of technology. There is no difference in terms of the wiring that you do in an industrial environment. So any existing setup can be installed with this kind of an option. So where are the application areas, godowns and warehouses, lowly populated workflows, all manufacturing facilities can be incorporated with such kind of microwave enabled sensor technologies. The next is the wireless one, which we have an advanced version of the sensor based or the basic occupancy control. You have different areas. For example, there is a big manufacturing facilities. There are different shop floors. There is an assembly shop. There is a paint shop, etc., etc., etc. Each of these shops will have a gateway wherein the light fittings are enabled with a radio frequency enabled driver. They communicate through the gateway to the local intranet if you want the data to be placed on the intranet server, and if you want to be placed on internet, it can also go on cloud and internet. So every application area gives its data on the intranet, wherein in a single dashboard you can get the entire energy utilization of your premise. You can go opt for predictive maintenance. You can check the component health, and there are a lot of benefits at a single dashboard that a user can get sitting at one place. These are the advantages which we have already spoken of. The energy efficiency, the advantage that you get over the normal LED fittings, the operational efficiency, you can go for scheduling, you can go for dimming, basis your requirement, enhanced visibility, and the utmost of important factor is the data which you get, which is ultimately the most critical factor in currently industrial setup. Now, I will not go into the depth of the industrial portfolio, but if you see the first line, this is the heart of any industrial lighting requirement. This is the high bay, which predominantly covers our shop floors. Now, how we are different in this factor is that firstly is the in-house manufacturing, so the quality and the product quality control is there with us. But next factor is the specification part. For example, people give an ingress protection of IP65, we give an ingress protection of IP66 and impact resistance of IK08. For food industry, we have specifically developed a high bay with polycarbonate cover. There are no screws so that it is compatible with your standards and manufacturing standards. The next line is the well glass, which is generally used in the cement and power industries. Again, you need a fitting which is durable and efficient. At the bottom side, we see IP66 fittings and bulkheads. Audio, please.
Clean areas are highly sensitive. Dust-free environments in facilities like hospitals, laboratories, and food processing plants that require special light fixtures which are engineered for extreme hygiene. And the gapless joints offer no space for microbes to settle. This not even ensures safety and hygiene, but longevity and consistent performance of the luminaire. The lights are further sealed with weather-resistant antibacterial gasket that prevents growth of pathogens and bacteria. The frame of the lights is designed with special angular profile that forms a seamless surface with the ceiling without any space for dust to settle into. The lights come in two categories, top opening and bottom opening, to suit different ceilings and requirements. The tunable top opening light is a special.
So basically, this is what a clean room fitting looks like, specifically required for pharmaceutical industries and food industries. So if you categorize these fittings, there are three major categories. One is a bottom opening, wherein you can maintain the fitting from the bottom. The other one is called as top opening, wherein you have a walkable ceiling and you maintain the fitting from the top. And if you do not have any of these possibilities, there is a surface mounted clean room fitting, which you can install on the surface. Specifically in pharma, which has also been applied for in the PLI scheme. So there is a lot of interest in pharma, food industries where this kind of fittings can be utilized. The next is called as the all-in-one solar street light. If any one of us is looking for the easiest, simplest and the quickest way to go green, is this all-in-one, or we call as AIO solar street light, wherein the LED or the solar panel is on the back side of the luminaire. There are LEDs at the bottom. There is a lithium ion ferrophosphate battery installed the luminaire itself. So you have your manufacturing setup, you have street lights installed over there. You can remove those street lights and install this all-in-one solar street lights. It comes in two variants, standalone as well as hybrid. Hybrid meaning it is always give preference to sunlight first, but it will also have a AC cable going through it. So if at all there is some problem with the sunlight or the battery not getting charged, it will automatically go down on the AC mode, but there will be no darkness in your premise. Now coming to how we are differentiated in terms of the solutions that we give. So we have seen that this is the general requirement of the industrial fittings, which is currently being given by majority of the competition for T ambient or ambient temperature up till 45 degrees. How Havells is different is that every fitting that we supply, specifically the high bays in an industrial environment, are justified or can be operated in an ambient condition of 55 degrees. But what if the temperature is beyond 55, specifically in steel, power, food and metal industries? We have developed a solution, a high bay with an active cooling technology, wherein at a temperature range of 65 degree as well, we can warrant the product for 5 years. So this is a unique solution that we have built in. We have already supplied to some of the steel manufacturers. The next product is high bay at the efficacy of 180 lumen per watt. This is the standard specification in the market, 110, 120 lumen per watt. This is the advanced one, which is currently being operated in the market, 150 lumen per watt efficacy product in the market. But what we have developed and we have supplied to one of the leading food and beverage industries is a 180 lumen per watt high bay. Just to give you an understanding on the energy saving part of it, for example, if you take an 80 watt high bay, you will get 10,000 lumens in it. And if you take Havells 180 lumen per watt high bay, the same light output you will get in 55 watts, thus saving of 30 watts per fixture or 30% per fixture. Meaning if you have an installed base of 1000 numbers of high bay in your premise, it will give a savings to the tune of 1.6 million Indian rupees annually. So all the basic parameters are already covered, but the efficacy is the differentiating factor in this particular product. Now finally coming to the end of it, why should we choose Havells lighting? First and the foremost point is that the in-house manufacturing capabilities differentiates us from the other competition that we have. We do not go for vendor-based manufacturing. Everything right from the raw material to the way it is manufactured and the final product, the quality and control lies with Havells. The second part is the research and development facility that we have both at Noida as well as Bangalore. There are 400 plus engineers working day in, day out to dish out products which are nearer to the customer requirements. The third is the reach and service, both in terms where Havells is present, plus the 14,000 plus strong dealer network will help you achieve your requirements at a much faster pace. And the final is the customization strength that we have. If you have any specific requirement of your particular industry wherein your environmental conditions are different, I would request and urge you to come and discuss with us. We will come up with a customized solution basis your requirement. These are the major clienteles that we have supplied, be it pharma, be it petrochemicals, industries, power, metals, automobiles, etc. To sum it up, sorry, that slide is not there, so that will be end. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we clap for him once again? I'll request Mr. Hafiz Sheikh to join us on stage to thank and appreciate Mr. Suryanarayan Tripathi.